Are you having a hard time styling your scene to tell a product story or a brand message? Then this video might help. Hi, my name is Rose. I am a food and product photographer, Skillshare top teacher, creative entrepreneur, and frustrated singer. In this video, I will share my step-by-step process or workflow when styling products for photo shoots. These are personal tips that I accumulated from years of photographing food and products for local businesses. So, without further ado, let's dive in. Before I share step 1, let me just quickly answer the question, why is styling in product photography important anyway? Product styling is the art of making the product look as appealing, interesting, and inviting as possible. We can do this by intentionally choosing backgrounds and props to create a story that can capture our viewers' attention. It's important because our audience does not know that our product is amazing yet. And the best way for us to showcase our product is through our photos. The first thing that our visitors see when they reach our website or page are the images. Your product photos reflect your brand image, so it pays to put more effort in product photography styling. Now, there are different things to consider when creating high-quality product photos, but there is one that greatly influences our viewers' emotion, and that is styling. Photos are not like videos. There is no dialogue or music, so we need to activate our viewers' desire to know more in our images alone. You probably heard this already, but winning photos are photos that tell a story. Styling can greatly help with that. For example, this is a product I shot for a brand that sells organic skincare. This photo of the lotion is nice and looks good on an e-commerce website, but observe the difference when we add a bit of product styling. For me, this is an example of a photo that I can smell. Just by looking at the photo, I have an idea that this product could have a pleasant berry scent. I can still remember my first meeting with the owner of this brand. Their brand message is food for the skin, and that is where I got the idea to use fruits as part of my main props for this photo shoot. I hope that got you excited, so let's begin with step 1. Start with a story. A story is a message that you want to share with your audience. It's what you want your viewer to know about the product. This is important because storytelling helps in delivering your brand message. A brand message helps in reaching your target customers. When we style to tell a story, our product photos are more relatable. Imagine looking at this photo of my client's s'mores pie. It looks nice and clean, but honestly, I don't see anything special yet. It doesn't activate a desire for me to know more about the product, but just a bit of styling can make a big difference. Just by adding these two ingredients into a scene, I now feel a bit of curiosity. Now I'm a bit intrigued and interested. I take it a bit further. I include shots of the sliced pie and a fork with a tiny piece of the pie. Aside from seeing the layers of the pie, these photos are honestly making me crave for this product. This is how we tell a story through our photographs. We could show the ingredients, we could show a setup that brings back memories, we could use colors to intensify emotions, we can use props to enhance the story. When styling to tell a story, we could also use these questionnaire. What is so special? What is happening? What emotions are you evoking? The idea is that your product styling has to have meaning. It needs to tell a story. This is a great opportunity to showcase your product's strength and your brand's message and values. Now that we know more about storytelling and how we can use it in styling, it's time for step 2. Plan and gather inspiration. This is your time to write down all your ideas for the photo shoot. You can start by writing the product's strengths. What makes it different from other products? What makes it so special? Write down supporting props that you think can help tell your viewers those special characteristics. Look for inspiration on Pinterest, Instagram, Pexel, and magazines. I have a sketchbook where I write my ideas, so I suggest that you also have a place where you put or write down all your thoughts for the photo shoot. You can also do a rough sketch of how you want to arrange your product and your props. It does not have to look pretty, by the way. The main goal is for you to have a guide and build up on an idea. Once you are done with planning and gathering inspiration, it's time for step 3, choosing a theme. Choosing a theme is simply deciding on what story you want to tell. To get to your viewer's heart, you've got to have them in mind when you create your photos. What would you like them to know about the product? What is the most important part? Another way to approach the story is to ask yourself, how do I want my viewer to feel? If you are having a hard time deciding, write a few words about how the product makes you feel. Then think about how you can trigger these emotions when creating your images. A tool that can really help in this stage of creating my image is the brand adjective cheat sheet. From here, you can choose 1 to 3 adjectives that best describe your product, or 1 to 3 adjectives that you want your viewers to feel when they see your product photos. Do you want them to feel calm, excited, fearless, or whimsical? We can use 1 to 3 adjectives as our main theme for the photo shoots. This theme will also serve as our guide in selecting props and backgrounds. Ideally, you can just choose one theme for your product and your photo shoot to get started. This cheat sheet is one of the downloadable resources that you can get from my props and styling class for beginners on Skillshare. You can check it later in the description below. Going back to choosing a theme, one of the recurring questions I get in my product photography workshops is, where and how do I start? My clients are often overwhelmed with gazillion ideas, and it is causing more damage than good. Tons of unorganized ideas can be paralyzing, so choosing a theme can be a lifesaver. When you decide on a theme, your ideas are being narrowed down. You will be intentional with choosing props. You immediately know what belongs and what doesn't. You have a clearer goal. The next step is to select and source props. Props are objects that we can add to our scene as a supporting element. I consider backgrounds as a props too. Anything I put in the scene that is not the product is considered as props. Use your theme as a guide in selecting props. Ask yourself, what supporting objects can help your product stand out and share your brand message? Use colors to intensify the story that you want to tell through your photos. If you can't decide which color, stick with neutral colors. Like I mentioned before, the backgrounds are props too. You can start with poster papers, fabrics, trays, and craft papers. My top tip when selecting and sourcing props is to be careful with size and keep props simple and subtle. Once you selected and sourced your props, the final step is to set up and style. Start by styling your product. Make sure that it is flawless and pretty. You can set up near a window or a door if you're using natural light. You can also use lamps and LED lights if you're using an artificial light. You can use light diffusers and other DIY modifiers for a professional look. I have a video where I share different light modifiers that you can maximize in your photography, so make sure to check that out. Next, you need a flat surface to set up your scene. You can start with a light at the side and a reflector on the other side. A reflector can be as simple as a whiteboard, folders, or a mirror. Next, set up your background. Arrange your props and style for the angle. My final tip is to enjoy taking photos and make as many adjustments as you like. Remember that your goal is to show a beautiful, organized mess that is appealing and relatable to your target audience. If you don't get it right the first time, try again tomorrow. That is it for my workflow when styling for product photo shoots. If you have any questions or if you tried any of these tips, please comment below. If you want to request a video or any photography related tutorial, just let me know through the comment section below too. I personally read all of them because my channel is pretty small. I want for us to take advantage of our little intimate community. You can help me too by liking and subscribing. Plus, you will be the first to know when I upload upload more photography tutorials or videos. And if you want to dig deep into lighting, composition, product styling, and camera settings for product photography, I have in-depth classes about these topics on Skillshare. You can access all these classes plus over 35,000 classes taught by amazing creators and photographers around the world, starting with a 1-month free trial. All of that in the description below. I hope you enjoyed all of that, and I hope to see you in my next video. Have a lovely day. Bye!